Good evening, everyone. It's Wednesday, 9 p.m. Brazil time, and it's time for class. If you don't know me, if you are new around here, my name is Renata. I am an English teacher, and I have been one for the last 15 years. And I'm here to help you take your English from okay, leave that okay English behind, and take your English where your career demands, to the English that only 2% of Brazilians actually speak. The real life English that you need for your professional challenges. Welcome, Gabi. Well, it is a holiday all over the country. It is for us here in Brazil, but not for my partner MC. Let's welcome her in. Hi, Andrea. Hi, Tati, Fernando. Welcome. Hey, partner.
Hey, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Well, it was a great day, business day, by the way.
Well, it was a holiday here for us in Brazil, a weird holiday in the middle of the week on a Wednesday. But it was also kind of a business day for me too. But it was a good day for to go plant shopping, to get my mind off of things. Go plant shopping is a therapy.
I'm glad you had the time to do that. Enjoy.
So, hi, Ito, hi, Kez, Nelia, Luciana, Tati, welcome to class. You can see in the title, today we're going to be working with the third edition. This is the third time we are doing this. It's something that you guys, you have enjoyed, and you have, given us the feedback that it was cool. And so it's real life English, all the way from Canada, professional, MC's professional life, and she's going to be telling us the stories behind these expressions to let us understand, how they work in the real workplace, in the real work environment. And then I suggest that you listen, you learn, you repeat with us, you participate all the way from your house and interact with us as well. Ask questions, leave it in the comments, leave the like here, hit the heart to help us make the live more relevant, and invite our followers to come. Everyone is at home. It's a great evening to come and join us. Hi, Deborah. Welcome, our dear gold digger, our dear student. Hi, Mila, Luis. A lot of new faces around here too. Renata, my namesake. So, the deal is, MC, tonight we'll be working with 5 expressions. Actually, 4 that you sent to me in our chat, exclusive for the idiomatic expressions that you learned there and that you see, that you remember. Oh, I remember this one. Someone used it today with me. And if you don't know what we're talking about, that's how we get these expressions, all right? She listens, she lives the situation, and she sends it to me by WhatsApp in a group that we have only for that. And we make the compilation every now and then. We come here and we bring these expressions to you. So we have 4 of those and a bonus one at the end. No spoilers, just a bonus one. Let's see how things go, right? Well, if you follow us, if you are around here every week, every Wednesday, you know that I have been struggling with uploading the media when there are 2 people in the live stream. I cannot, there is no button anymore to upload pictures and show the pictures to you. Therefore, I have gone old school, and I hope it works, because I think the image will be inverted like that. So I literally wrote the way I think the camera will, like read the paper. In case it doesn't work, no worries, because I will be able to edit the class later, and then I'll just do this with my face and with everything, and it's gonna be available for you later. But let's see what we have here. Can we start?
Yeah.
Can we begin?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go then. Hi, George. Hi, Diane. Let's go then. The first expression from MC's professional life in Canada of the evening is: don't use it as a crutch. It worked.
It worked. It's perfect.
So, MC, tell us the story behind this.
By the way, nice notebook.
Thank you. I love it. It's a dream
cute.
notebook. It's to write about your dreams.
Oh, well, I'm hoping that you're not dreaming about don't use it as a crutch, but That's okay. That's pretty recent too. I was having a conversation with a colleague, so I'm gonna tell you and share the story behind. Don't use it as as a crutch. As usual, I communicate all over. I use hands. I try to go beyond my comfort zone when it comes to vocabulary and stuff. So I was trying to explain to my colleague, like, what is that word that usually the elderly people use to support walking? And then she's wondering, why am I asking that kind of question? And I'm like, well, in Portuguese, we have a saying that would translate into that. Like, don't use it as a cane.
Just a
And then
pause, pause. George, MC is explaining that, okay? She's telling the story and she's explaining the meaning of the word crutch.
exactly. And then immediately she understood what I wanted to say. Oh, we have another saying about that. And it's actually not related to cane. It's related to don't use it as a crutch. So immediately I was like, okay, I need to write it down because otherwise in 5 minutes I'm gonna forget. And this is an expression that I want to embed in my day-to-day life because it's very common. I need to use that all the time. You know, when you're trying to explain to someone, and I was going for the actual Portuguese expression, trying to translate it literally, and we
Mm-hmm.
know that that doesn't happen, and usually I get it wrong. But then I could explain easily to her, like, this is just an excuse, and we are just um, holding ourselves, relying on that excuse, and we want to get rid of that. This is just an excuse.
Mm-hmm.
You go.
Great. So George asked about the word crutch, and MC explained that crutch, I mean, she wanted the expression in Portuguese, thinking of, you know, that object that elderly people use to support walking, like she said, you when you walk, you touch it on the floor. That's a cane, all right? But a crutch is also used when you break a foot, when you break, a leg, you will need a crutch to help you walk, right? So they're similar in the function, but the names are different. So if you try to say don't use it as a cane, the native speaker on the other side or the fluent speaker on the other side would kind of be like, oh, wait, wait. They might understand, but it's not the actual expression, you know? So yeah, so don't use it as a crutch, which in fact, if you think about it, I think in Portuguese we use the same word. I'm trying to remember how I use it. But anyway,
No, we use
so
cane. No?
I don't know. I think
Yeah.
both, maybe. Okay. So yeah, so then don't use it as a crutch. A crutch helps you. A crutch supports you, but it's not
Oh,
the
it is the same. It is
it
the
is.
same. It is the same. Oh my God. I just realized it. I was like, wow, what do we call this? What do we call this? What do we call it? Yeah, it is the same.
That's what happens when you don't learn and don't get used to translating things. You just, think of the idea and then it's, oh, that's right. It is the same thing in Portuguese. So, functional, functional. So don't use it as a crutch. It means don't use this, as an MC says, as an excuse not to do something like, oh, I need, I can't do it because I have this. It's like, come on, you can do it. That's just an excuse,
I
if
have a great example, like my current life. Since I started working in my current company, I've traveled all over all the time. So every week I was on the road, and that was basically 4 times a week, 4 days a week. That was my excuse all the time because, in terms of getting exercise done, I'm not fit or I'm not exercising enough because I don't have a stabilized routine. So I'm not at home, so it's impossible to go to the gym. And every place I go, not everywhere I have like a proper environment to get my exercises done. And anyway, my I'm usually leaving early, getting back to the hotel late. Anyway, that was my excuse all the time. So how would I use that expression in the current situation? Because now I'm
you
working from home, and you might be asking, are you exercising a lot? And my answer to you is no.
at least now you're not using traveling as a crutch. So
This is
don't
how
use it
you
as a
use it.
crutch. When you have to work out and you have to make up excuses, no, don't use that excuse as a crutch. Just go and do it. Or just say you're not going to do it because of the real reason. Just realize the real reason and just, not don't make up excuses for yourself. Most of the time, these crutches are, justifications and excuses that we make up for ourselves. Before we move on to number 2, hit the little heart button, please. Help us, leave your like if you are enjoying the class. Let's go to number 2 now.
Yeah.
This is not actually an expression. It is a construction, but it is great for the work situation, for the professional situation. So I brought it because it was something that MC sent to me and was kind of like iffy about it. Like, I don't really know how to use this. I don't really use this. So I said, why not? Why not talk to this to everyone, not just to MC?
Should you have any questions? So the story behind this is maybe around 80% of my emails, they end on, hey, if you have any questions, just let me know. If you have any questions, or in case you have questions, I'm here. Don't hesitate to contact me. Or so this is the basic 2 ways or 2 options that I go. Those are
great
my 2
tips, in fact, for those of you who need to write emails in English. What did you say? In case of questions, don't hesitate to ask me.
To contact me.
To contact me. And if you have any questions,
let me know. Just
let me know. Okay, you can mix and match.
Absolutely. So those are my 2 options every single time. And basically, if I'm sending 80 emails a day, which is not true, but just so you understand, 75 times I'm gonna go with one of the 2. And then I was reading emails coming from corporate, and then I saw this and I was like, should you have any questions? It's not the first time, but sometimes you need that expression jumping in her face a few times until you realize, oh, I don't use that structure. And why don't I? Because this can be my 3rd option, so I can vary the way I'm saying, the way I'm speaking or communicating. And this is also, it feels, or as I was reading, it felt more formal to me as well. So I'm like, well, maybe this is an option that I should go instead of, hey, buddy, in case you have any questions, let me know. It can be more formal depending on the situation. I need to be more formal too. You go.
That's a perfect example, like the email and the situation where you actually came across this expression. That's really, really useful. It's a useful situation to use this. And yes, it is the formal substitute for if. Now note, first you say the modal verb and then you write or you say the subject pronoun. It's not you should. It's should you have any questions? And then there's the second part. Let me know, contact me,
Please
get in touch. Please reach out, please reach. Yes. So it is a conditional sentence. It's like, if you do this, do this. Should this happen? You can also use that. Should this happen? Blah, blah, blah. Do that, take this action. So attention, should, and then the person, the subject. Should you, should they, should he, and, whatever is the rest of the sentence. So instead of saying, if you have, what do you say? Should you have? If you find, what do you say? Should you find? If you need, what do you say? Should you need? If she needs, should she need? Right? Simple as that, but a little bit complicated in terms of like, oh, should? Suggestion? What? Oh, no. It is a conditional, formal way to construct your conditional sentences. All right? So use this as an elevated way, like we're saying, accurate, clear-cut, elevated. Elevate your English by using this instead of if, right, in your conditional sentences.
Yeah, so, and something important to share with everyone too is that when I came across this sentence structure, I understood. It's not that it was a new word or a new way. It was not. How do I say this? Even in Portuguese,
the first time you saw that, you ran across that.
Yeah, it's not mind blowing or anything. It's not a big deal. However, even if you understand, you're going to see a lot of expressions that you understand if you hear, if you read, but you don't use it. And this is what I'm talking about here. When I shared this with Renata, I was not sharing because I didn't understand or that was completely new to me. I was sharing because I had my aha moment when I realized that I understand, but I don't use it. And what do you do? So this is not incorporated, embedded in my brain. So I need to practice it more so that becomes a real option to me.
Yeah, one of the first things you did was write it down, register, record. Don't expect your brain to save all that vocabulary that you run across, that you come across, you know? Think about it. Why is your brain going to save something that it does not know that you need? You have to show your brain that you need that. You have to, okay, so this is important to me. I'm going to write it down. I'm going to make, my own dictionary. I'm going to use this because I see situations where I could use this. I see, I write emails. I use this a lot, like MT said. I use this a lot. I use if you need, in case you need. So why not include one more? So when you decide to learn that word actively, that's the first thing you need to do to actually use that expression or that word or that construction actively, right? And one thing that you can do while studying is using your voice to study. Speak things out loud. Read your everything that you wrote, everything that you studied. Use your voice to study. Don't just study by reading, study by speaking. You will increase the odds, increase the chances of using that when you speak. You're more familiar with that. You are accustomed to saying that. The register in your brain is much, much stronger when you speak. Okay, so don't just study by reading what you wrote. Study by reading what you wrote out loud. Makes a huge difference. Can we move on to number 3?
Yeah.
Hit the like, hit the little heart right next to MC. Number 3, go back to the cloudy page. Ooh, this
I
one.
like this one. Yes. So my comment was met with silence.
Okay, in case you're wondering why this handwriting looks like a 5-year-old's handwriting, it's because I wrote it inverted. I had to reflect the letters because the screen reflects what I wrote. So that's why it looked like the M. Oh, God. But anyway.
So it's a little clap of hands to you right now.
Oh, God. Oh, you should have seen me making this.
I
Okay.
thought
Hi,
it was
Guilherme.
part of
Hi,
it.
Laura.
I thought it was intentional, but anyway, well done.
No.
My comment was met with silence. That was a great way. I was amazed when I heard this expression or that way to say this. Because there are so many ways that I was thinking that I would say that if I were the one speaking. But anyway, that was when someone was sharing a material with another group, and that person was interacting with me. Try because I was curious, and we were trying to understand like how did that land? How did the audience get the point, or
Mm-hmm.
And then the message that I received back, the text, was actually my comment was met with silence. And I was like, oh my God, this is so nice. Because in
Cri, cri,
Portuguese,
cri, cri.
yeah. And in Portuguese, we would just use the expression to be very natural, informal, in a very communicative way. We would say like fiquei no vácuo or something like that. And I'm like, this is so similar, but in a very nice way. So
Yeah.
nobody said anything. This is one way of saying this. And my comment was met with silence. So much more dramatic. I love it. I love it.
So did you feel like this is more towards the informal or the formal side?
Informal.
Okay.
It could
Nice to
be
say that.
formal as well, depending on how you say it. I'm assuming I could use that in a formal meeting just to be a little ironic,
Uh-huh.
or sarcastic or something like that. I like that too.
Yeah.
But anyway, this was great.
Your comment was met with silence. All right. So you can think of a situation right now where your comment was met with silence. This happens a lot in WhatsApp or WhatsApp groups when you send something and no one replies or no one gives you any attention. That could be one of the situations. My comment was met with silence. Or maybe at work. Maybe you said something, you asked your boss for a raise,
Yeah,
and then
but
your boss
again,
was like, "Wait, someone called me. Did someone call me? Wait."
we're talking about work relationships here and work conversations, because then don't use that with your crush when you're trying to connect with your crush and then you're like telling your friend that your comment was met with silence. This is maybe too much. Then
Yeah.
no, you're being ghosted. This is ghosting you. The person is ghosting you. This is
Yeah.
another thing that I
Yeah, it's
learned as
another
well.
thing.
Ah,
It's
I
another
learned
thing.
that with Mel.
And
If Mel is here,
if people and I've seen people use ghosting even in Portuguese. It became a thing in Brazil
really?
too. Yeah, it's one of those things that is so, around the internet that people end up using in Portuguese as well.
So we are
Like,
using ghosting in Portuguese as well. I'm
yeah, I've
amazed.
seen people talk about it as a like, when people are talking about relationships and how you have to be responsible for other people's feelings when
Mm-hmm.
you are in a relationship. So I've seen posts about like ghosting being a very sad thing to do with someone else. Instead of breaking up with them, you just disappear. And then that's how I've seen it being like, don't do that. That's, shame on you for ghosting someone. So it's a thing in Brazil too. Okay, so we're moving on to our, how many do we have? The last one. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay,
You said
wait.
the last one was for me to guess, I guess.
Yes. The last one is for you to guess. We have a couple of minutes left. Okay. This is an expression that I'm just so you know, newsflash. Let
Mm.
me break it down for our audience here today.
Mm.
I don't know all the words in English.
Oh, I'm impressed that you
I
don't
don't
know.
know 100% of the words in English. Well, if you don't, it's okay. It's okay. We are always learning. I'm always learning. MC is always learning. So don't think that you're the only one that doesn't know this word or has just learned that word. Don't
Oh,
feel like that.
I already know what you're talking about. I already know what you're talking about.
I don't think you do because it's an expression that I learned the other day, and I was like, heard someone say that in a show, I was like, oh, this is an idiomatic expression for like, because I didn't understand anything from the sentence. I'm thinking, okay, this the whole thing, the whole phrase is an expression, and then I went straight to the to research, and then I found what it was. I understood the context. I understood probably what it meant because there was a context. And then I think that the more fluent you get, the more it's easy, the easier it gets for you to make these connections and these assumptions because you have a lot of baggage. So you kind of know, oh, I know this word, and then kind of okay, I think this is what it means. So
Okay.
yeah, it helps a lot. The more vocabulary you know, the more you will learn and the faster you will learn. But this is kind of like a phrase. I'm even gonna change. I'm gonna put some quotation marks here.
Can everyone else help me here if they
Yes.
get the expression right away? You feel free to write it down. It doesn't have to be me embarrassing myself here waiting for, I don't know.
Yeah.
Mm.
So this expression then, I saw the other day. I was watching a show. In
Okay.
fact, the show is
So it
called
was not
Yellow.
me. It has nothing to do with what I
No,
share with you.
nothing.
Okay.
Nothing to do with you. The
Uh,
show is called Yellowstone on Amazon Prime. It's a
okay.
hit show in the US. It's really cool. It's about a ranch, and there's a lot of stuff happening in the ranch. It was the number one watched series in the US in 2020, I think, or 2019.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
I haven't
So it's
watched
on
it, so.
Amazon Prime. Yellowstone. I don't know if you would like it, if it would be a show like you would really like it, but try it out. Yellowstone. All right, so let's see here. Help him see out. Nazare. Nazare meme.
This is me right now. How do you even say this?
Guess, guys. Hindsight. Okay,
Hindsight is
can you read this? This is the hardest thing for me to make.
2020.
Okay, thank you. It's a number. 22020. Okay, sure, guys, guess. What do you think it means? Guess. Any guess is welcome. Come on.
Hindsight is 2020.
The
You
whole
wonder.
sentence is the expression. Okay. Ah, yeah. Hindsight is 2020.
Oh yeah, hindsight is 2020. If Chad is still here, that's okay to help us or to help me. Because then I can use my Canadian help here.
Oh,
But I
maybe
don't know.
our gold digger who lives in the US, maybe she knows this expression. This is a challenge from me to MC for her to guess what this means because this was the first time that I ever
Hindsight
heard
is
this expression,
2020.
and I guessed you hadn't heard it before. You know, it wasn't a long shot, I think, because it's a very different expression. Any
2020,
guesses?
2020 reminds me when we say like 10-4.
Okay, so what is hindsight? Maybe if you can help MC with that. Guys, what do you think hindsight means?
I don't know.
Hindsight. So sight, all
Mm-hmm.
right? Hindsight, the whole expression means looking back. Looking back.
It's 2020.
2020 is considered, I don't know why I didn't research, deeply, but it's considered perfect vision.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
So if you look back, it's nothing close to perfect.
If you look back, you're going on the right track there. You're
If
getting
you
warmer, warmer.
if you look back, it's not golden to look back. You don't want to be stuck in the past. Is that what it is?
No. Looking back is perfect vision. That's basically what it means.
So by looking back, you're gonna understand facts and then, I don't know, just going crazy here.
That's it. It's easy to analyze a situation after it has happened. So when you look
Oh,
back,
come on.
uh-huh, when you look back, it's like, oh, this was the solution. I should have done this. I should have done that. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, now that everything has happened and it turned out like this or like that, it's easy to see what you did wrong, what your mistakes were. So looking back, you have the perfect vision of what happened.
Because you're
Cool, isn't
not
it?
in, yeah,
And instead of
hindsight
saying the
is
whole thing, oh, it's
2020.
easy to look at the situation after it has happened and say what should have been done. Instead of saying all of that, you just say, yeah, hindsight is 2020. Hindsight is 2020 is the expression, the bonus expression of the evening, In Portuguese, the only thing that I could associate with is that expression. Have you ever heard engenheiro de obra pronta?
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, engenheiro de obra pronta.
Yeah, but it's not exactly the same thing because engenheiro de obra pronta is when you're telling someone like, stop, it's easy for you to say because it was already done and it's easy for you now to point the finger.
Yeah,
But
that's
in
really
this
what it
case,
is.
it's not just that. You're not
It can be
blaming
about you.
someone. It can be about you. Like, oh yeah, hindsight is 2020. It's always easier. And even something good, like now I see it. Oh, yeah, because I was in a relationship. Think about a relationship. You were dating someone, the relationship is not nice, you're not adding to the person is not adding to you, you're not happy. But you can't see those problems. And then after you break up, you look and go, yeah, now I can see it because hindsight is 2020. I'm not involved in the relationship anymore. I can separate my feelings from the facts. So, yeah, now I see it because hindsight is 2020. Ha! How do you like that? Great. Tachi said great. All right,
I'm
George.
impressed.
Okay, thanks for the tip. I'm glad you liked the tip, everyone. And that is it for our dream notebook of the evening. Our old school paper teacher writing because our friend Zuckerberg does not help me, does not cooperate with my digital media. But anyway, thank you guys so much. Did you like MC, the bonus
I
expression?
loved it. And to be honest, I was thinking about the fortnightly.
Oh, fortnightly. That's I think I forgot. Oh, did I skip it? I think I skipped it. We'll leave it for next time. Fourth
Next time.
edition.
Yeah. Because
Or
as you were saying or starting to tell the story, I'm like, wow, the word that I was like, oh my God, how come I didn't know that before? How come I'm learning this when I'm like 30 fucking 3? Oh, sorry. And
it's
living
okay.
abroad for I don't know how many years.
Oh God. But anyway, yeah, I forgot about that. I wrote it down, but I think I skipped it. I got a little distracted. But anyway, thank you everybody for coming. Thank you. Please hit the like if you enjoyed the class today. Now it's time to practice. You got the input, you learned the expressions. Now it's your turn to practice. From these five, which ones did you like the most? Which ones do you see yourself using in your professional life? Write those down. Create examples, meaningful and mindful examples with the expressions. Go back and study them every now and then, all right? Don't write it today and then in a month you go back to your notes and read it. No, you need to make the connections of your brain strong little by little. It's just like working out your muscles. If you work out really heavily today and you only do it in a month, it's worthless. What you did today will be thrown straight into the trash. So you need consistency to learn and actually use vocabulary, to transform that vocabulary into active vocab, okay? So just a short tip there. I could go on and on about how to do that, but we don't have time for that today. Maybe another time, right? Thank you so much, partner.
Thank you.
Enjoy your evening in
Thank you too.
Canada. I will enjoy my the rest of the day that I have left here, the holiday that I have. And anyway, thank you everybody for coming, and we will see you next Wednesday at 9 p.m. Brazil time. We are always here with something new, something different, and we are always asking you what you want to see. So keep an eye on stories to vote for the topic. This topic won the poll. I'm not even gonna start to tell you what happened with that poll. Epic fail from my part, but it worked. It turned out okay at the end. Oh,
No
God.
problem at all. So enjoy your evening and we'll see you again next Wednesday, 9 p.m. Brazil time or 8 p.m. Eastern time.
Bye bye.